Look closely at the large, unblinking eyes glowing from inside this dark doorway. In the entire global pantheon of historical deities, you will struggle to find a face designed quite like this. In a universe filled with distant, untouchable divine figures, this specific deity operates on a completely different, rule-breaking premise. For most of human history, the rules of salvation have been strictly drawn. To reach a hidden god, devotees are expected to cross oceans, endure grueling physical hardships, and achieve absolute moral purity. But that raises a difficult question. What happens to the millions of people who are too impoverished, too physically broken, or explicitly barred by society from ever making that sacred journey? For centuries, the massive stone spires of the Puri Temple in India have served as an epicenter for human migration. Millions of people have spent their entire life savings and walked barefooted for hundreds of miles, expending immense human effort, all for the chance to stand in this exact spot and wash away a lifetime of pain. Yet arriving in the city is only half the battle. Imposing gates, thick stone walls, and strict social hierarchies dictate exactly who is allowed to cross the physical threshold into the inner sanctum. The temple remains the ultimate destination for those with the physical capability and social privilege to enter. For the masses standing outside those walls, a theological workaround is an absolute necessity. Which brings us back to the unusual face of Jagannath. The wide, circular eyes and unconventional proportions are frequently mistaken for primitive art. In reality, this form is a deliberate theological rejection of limited, human ideas of perfection. As the VO says, permanently open, the camera executes a slow, inevitable forward zoom into the dark mist. Those massive, lidless eyes serve as an advanced biological metaphor for perpetual vigilance. They are permanently open. Because they never close, they are always watching. This design allows the deity to actively witness silent pain occurring thousands of miles away, bypassing the heavy stone walls of the physical temple entirely. This anatomy is highly sophisticated. It visualizes a god engineered to search out suffering, rather than passively waiting for humanity to come pay its respects. To understand how this works in practice, look away from the grand altars. As the VO says, heavy rainstorm, focus on the intense downpour hitting the mud outside the darkened structure. Picture a desperate father, sitting alone in a dark rural hut during a heavy rainstorm, completely unable to feed his child. He cannot travel to Puri. He has no elaborate offerings. In a moment of raw surrender, he simply folds his hands and directs his grief toward a humble, weathered photograph. There is no thunderclap, no parting of the clouds. Instead, a figure quietly leaves a small parcel of warm food at his door in the dark and slips away unnoticed. The theology here is incredibly clear. The giant eyes saw the remote suffering. Physical distance from the sacred inner sanctum means absolutely nothing when a deity is already looking directly at you. True miracles in this tradition are defined by their quietness. They rely entirely on immediate compassion, bypassing every institutional rule of worship to answer a broken heart. This intimate compassion eventually scales up into a massive public spectacle known as the Rath Yatra Festival. Most major historical deities remain locked securely by temple doors, guarded from the impure world outside. But Jagannath intentionally vacates his own home. The deity is hoisted out of the sanctum and placed onto immense, mobile wooden structures built to navigate the chaotic, unpolished public realm. The motivation for this immense logistical effort is highly specific. He rolls directly into the streets to meet those who are too poor, sick, or socially barred from crossing the sacred temple threshold. This immense procession is a complete theological reversal. Instead of forcing humanity to climb the mountain to find God brings the mountain down to humanity. As the chariot moves, it triggers a profound sociological reaction. In the streets, all societal hierarchy, class division, and accumulated wealth dissolve. Millions of diverse individuals are equalized the moment the chariot intersects their daily lives. Stripped of their titles, they are exactly the same. The title Lord of the Universe implies command over the infinite cosmos. Yet, in Yes tradition, that title is earned by the extreme earthly distances the deity is willing to cross just to heal a single person. And because those giant eyes are permanently open, the same unblinking gaze that watches over millions of people in the streets is quietly watching over your own silent struggles right now.